right, we are back with another episode of Mic'd Up with AJ and TJ. I'm your host, AJ. I'm with my famous co-host, the face that runs the place, TJ. What's going on, girl?
Hey, what's going on, AJ? So it's another week. AJ was off traveling, okay, doing his hosting things, hosting duties for sneaker event. So now we are back for another weekly episode of Mic'd Up. And April is such a packed month. It's really unfair for all of us. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's really unfair.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out. There's a lot of hype, and sneakers is playing games and switching stuff to draw instead of normal.
Listen, sneakers is playing games. Shipment allocations are playing games. Like there are so many stores that we already know they have pairs in, but it's not their full allocation. Some
Mhm.
of them have zero pairs in, and so they're like, "Hey, check back later. When we get them, we'll throw them into the raffle." And then you have some stores where it's just so limited you know that you stand zero chance. So I think it'll be really interesting. The Hyper Royal one I think is holding way more hype than the
Mhm.
University Blue one did. And somebody made a really good point on Twitter. Like, I'm seeing everybody else with this sneaker except the retail stores. Like everyone and their mom already has this shoe, but the
Yeah,
stores. Like, where's the lie? Like,
yeah,
you know, on YouTube, everyone already has the shoe. Same thing on Instagram. A lot of people have it in hand, but the stores for general release, as we could say, they still don't have pairs. So it'll be really interesting to see how this goes. I'm really hoping we don't see any Raging Bull 5 fights, occurring for the
that's
hyper.
crazy.
I don't have time for it, people. Listen, I work that release. So depending on when you guys are viewing this episode, yes, I work the release on Saturday. Everyone act as if you have some sense, okay? Because I am breaking up zero fights.
Yeah. I mean, for me, we got that sneaker pass. It was in Chicago and a few others. But of
Right.
course, within 30 seconds, fully booked. How's that possible? Like, it's just crazy. These bots are something else. Um, but tomorrow for the release, which is releasing tomorrow, is the 17th. If
Right.
you guys are watching this, I'm going to be in Crown Point, Indiana for sneaker for event. So I'm sure I'll see tons of them over there. Like
Oh, of course.
last weekend when we were in San Antonio, every table minimum 5 to 10 Raging Bulls. Crazy.
So that's gonna be, yeah, that'll be the same thing for the Hyper Royal one. If you're going to any event, you'll see a lot of them on foot. You'll also see a lot of them on tables. But you and I both know you're probably not going to feel that great about having to pay the price at an event for this sneaker. And, usually when it comes to, really hot shoes releasing, I tell people, and it's funny because Richie Lee mentioned this too on like some things to know about the game. Don't jump the gun and pay within that first 48 hours of a shoe dropping, right? Like, let
Yeah.
people get pairs in hand. Let the market calm down for at least that first release weekend because there's usually a dip that happens. They're usually really high, let's say 600, 700 when they first drop in the secondary market. 48 hours goes by, they could drop down, let's say 300, 400. So you are saving yourself, $300 to $400. And then, yeah, I expect they're gonna go, I suspect they'll go back up very much. So, like, turbo greens are sitting pretty high. This is essentially all it is. It's a turbo green. It's another faded vintage wash, I guess, finish on the
Yeah.
sneakers. It being
It,
green, it's
I
blue.
mean,
More people like this than like the turbo green. So
yeah.
you're running into a whole mass of problems this weekend with getting it. So again, like, I'll have my pair, I have my pair secured via shoe plug, and so I'll debut that on my channel and then on Instagram. So at Talks with TJ and at Talks Out with that TJ on Instagram, you guys will be able to see that. But for everyone else, like I posted on Instagram, listen, may the odds be in your favor because it feels like Hunger Kicks right now, where for himself. Now, if you don't want the shoe, do your friends a favor. Can you just put in for their size? I just feel like that's really good karma that can come back to you. Put in for your friends' sizes on sneakers or for other raffles if you know they want the shoe and you don't.
Yeah, so I think the reason the hype is so like crazy is because they saw what happened with the turbo greens, and the turbo greens were not selling. And now
No,
look at them. Now they're just like skyrocket.
literally we're still available like
Yeah.
during release weekend, and I don't really have sneaker regrets in terms of like like honing in on specific sneakers. Like I had certain points in my life where maybe I wasn't as heavily into going after a lot of releases that came out just because I had other things that were on my list of priorities to take care of, like money wise. So even when the Royal Ones had dropped again, and then Royal Blues, and then Shadows, like yeah, I didn't get them then. Those are I have regrets for those time periods, and now the only real sneaker regret I have is that turbo green one, because I will never forget, like, um, she underscore game, she hit me up and she's like, "Are you going for this? This shoe looks amazing." I was just like, "Nah." Like I remember walking down the hall of the mall, and I'm just like, "Nah, I don't think I'm gonna go for it." And like weeks go by, and I continue to see it, and I'm like, "I really want this shoe now." And when you see the when once I saw the prices, I was like, never mind. I don't know if I want this shoe now. So history is repeating itself. I think people have learned. Uh,
Yeah.
and Jordan Brand, maybe Jordan Brand is learning. The vintage wash on the Jordan 1, it's the same color blocking we're used to. We get it. It's nothing different than like a Chicago 1 color blocking, but it works on the Jordan 1. So
Yeah.
maybe they take notice, and maybe they give us like a vintage wash gray, a vintage washed coral, or orange. I still think would be really awesome. So I hope they take notice, but it's gonna be interesting this weekend. Like not fun, interesting, like a
Yeah.
lot of frustration, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, bots are gonna kill it. Um, Resellers are gonna have. I think. Thing is, with this shoe, has already been around for what? People have had it for what, a month or two already. It's already been all over.
Shoe feels old at this point. The shoe
Yeah.
really feels old now.
Yeah. So other than that, is anything else releasing this weekend? No, that's pretty much the main one, right?
Um, are they still? Now I don't know if it's specifically this weekend. Like I know the Legend Blue, the 11
Oh
low.
yeah, the 11s.
Now, I won't lie, that seems to me to be like the consolation sneaker.
Yeah.
Hyper Royal one, like,
Yeah.
hey, L here, just pick up the 11 low, you'll be fine. Now, you know me, 11 lows in my feet just don't do well. Like, it's a much more narrow silhouette. I don't know
Yeah.
why it fits so different
Yeah.
than a traditional Jordan 11 mid. I don't know why, but
I
it
mean,
does.
I feel like it's a hooper shoe. Like even for me, when I'll, that's why I always go towards like threes, fours, and ones because I feel like that
You go to the lifestyle shoes.
literally. I mean, as soon as I put on 11, I feel like I'm about to hoop someone up. It's just
To me, and it's funny because you'll see some people say like, I don't see players wear 11s, and I'm like, I see a lot of players wear 11s more than they wear other shoes. Like Taya Cooper might be one of the few basketball players, like pro players I know. She is committed to wearing a Jordan 1 like all WNBA season. With shout out to all the women that were drafted, last night, Thursday night, for the WNBA draft, 25th season. That was amazing. So I'm excited, especially with all the jerseys that have dropped. I have a few that I want to get my hands on. So yeah, a lot of people will hoop in 11s. I think 12s, 11s, 13s are really the on the court pairs. I see a lot of
yeah,
players there. The 11 low has just always been so tight of a fit. And listen, guys, I have tried to make it work. I've had the Concord 11 lows. I had to sell those. I had the infrared ones. I had to sell those. It always hurts my heart because I want them. I want to keep them, but they're just not comfortable to me. And so it's an automatic pass because I don't want to be uncomfortable in a shoe that I'm paying money for. So if you miss out on the ones and the 11 lows are on your, your wish list, hopefully you can secure them. Again, good luck, because it's not going to be easy. And then once we move past this week, we automatically go into a women's focused Jordan release week with the Amama Year 3, and then you have the Aleli May, I think, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it right, Califia, uh Jordan 1. So you have two classic silhouettes that are done up in amazing iterations. I'm so happy for the way the 3 turned out. Some people are hesitant about the 1. I think 1 because it's a Zoom Comfort Jordan 1,
yeah,
but 2, some are not fully bought in on the green and blue together. But if you pay attention to the backstory,
Yeah.
this is really showing us what helped mold Aleli into the confident woman she is today. So, she was part of a drill team. And if you guys are not familiar with that, they do step formations. It's a whole presentation, it's a whole show, and I had that at my high school too, and it's so awesome to see them perform at events, and some of them do like go win national titles and different things. So
Mhm.
for her school that she was at, her coach took them to train and learn with an older group of girls at a neighboring school. So that's why you see the different colors. Her own school was one color, the neighboring school was another color, and she merged them together. That's why you have blue and green, and then you have the cream or off-white to kind of offset everything. I love it. The backstory is great because I have my own story where our basketball coach did that like my freshman year in high school. We went to go play with a neighboring school, and the talent and competition was just up there. So you're playing up against girls that are roasting you. They're smoking you on the floor, but that's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's how you find out, more about your own game and what your weaknesses are. So it definitely resonates with me. This is the first woman to have an apparel and a sneaker drop with Jordan. Like Vashti didn't have that. You didn't see Melody Asani have that. So like for Aleli May, this is uncharted territory.
Huge, huge.
For the men that are saying it's trash, please keep all that same energy. Do not go
Oh,
for you. Don't go for the varsity jacket, which Frank Cook, you are really teasing us with your own jacket. But listen, don't go for the jacket. Don't go for the shorts, the pants, the shirt. None of that. Leave it all, since a lot of men think
oh,
it's
they'll go for it, but they'll just be resellers who are going to be going for it. So
and this is always interesting to me, because everyone is giving it coverage as they should. Sneaker News, Nice Kicks, Complex, Kicks on Fire. Like everybody is giving it a lot of love, and it's amazing to see it. And you see the women are excited, can't wait. And then you see the hateful comments. Like even some of the men are calling out other men. If this was a male drop, you all wouldn't feel the same.
yeah,
You guys wouldn't criticize it, you guys wouldn't bash it the same. And it's just these are just some of the things women have to deal with, whether they're in the culture as consumers, in the culture as creators, in the culture as designers. But I mean, Aleli hasn't gotten to where she is by listening to the noise. So I applaud her for where she is. For James Whitner, I want to say, hey, bravo to the way they rolled out
awesome.
this. Because AJ and I were talking like, how are women going to get this shoe?
Yeah, I mean, and he's for him to do early drop, women only, first, that's huge because he's giving a chance, and the whole story behind the shoe is for women. Like it's for his like mom, and I believe his family, which I believe it's dope. I've seen the shoe in person.
The shoe, the tagline, raised by women. And, for him being raised by, our hardworking Black mom who is doing so much. Like, if you guys have not seen the promo, you can go on, Mom Nine Years website. You can go onto their YouTube channel. I think Jordan Brand might have it posted too. And
Yeah,
you can see this story unfold of a son witnessing everything his mom is doing, and then other Black women as well, caring for themselves, caring for their kids, having a presence, working hard within their career, doing more for themselves through getting an education. Like there's so much that's encompassed in being a strong woman. And then if you add a mom on top of that and trying to be more for yourself, it's underappreciated always. And you can tell that he wanted to show that appreciation. And you see the women walk into the actual physical location of the stores, they're unboxing their first threes, and then he gifts her a three at the end. So if you guys have not seen it, he has the Jordan 3 like behind his back, in the play out, the dramatization, and he has a 3 behind his back and he presents it to her. So it's great. Love the story. The quality is off the charts. Like to me,
it's
we're talking sneaker of the year at this point. I think we're talking sneaker of the year. If you look at quality, you look at story.
quality. Yeah, I would say quality. It's up there. Sneaker of the year, I still think it's tough because there's still so many pairs coming out.
So
But
what do
it's
you
up there.
what do you think would rival?
Well, I mean, there's no. I mean, this is up there. Like this is up there for sneaker of the year. I would say like this is right now from the shoes that have come out. This is like up top five.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like once we get at least mid, I think then or top three for sure. top three for sure. The quality, the color palettes they've used, the material they've used, the presentation. Like I said, I've seen it in person. I was just like, whoa.
Because
Like,
yeah, it's a different, you know,
it's an OG cut. That's why I like it. It's got the OG cut.
they didn't skimp on the box. The
No.
interior is what? It's quilted satin, I
Yeah.
believe. You have little nuances that are written, whether it's under the back heel tab, whether it's on the lace aglets. Like there's so many different things incorporated into the shoe. I do love the color palette. There is some purple mixed in there, but it's not overpowering again to where a man can't wear it. And let
Yeah.
me say from my own perspective, I'm not upset when men go for women's drops and they're going to wear the shoe because they
Yeah.
genuinely love the shoe. I don't have an issue. I have an issue when you go for a size that's not even yours and you beat a woman over the head for it. That's what I have an
Yeah.
issue with. For now, for some men, some people were kind of taken aback because you saw that there were men seated pairs. And at first I'm like, okay, where are the women? Like, I want to see women with the shoe in hand. And then you slowly started to see a lot more women. Like you said, the early access, you had to show up, you know, as you know, women had to go to the physical 3 locations. You had to show your ID, put in for the physical raffle there, and then now a lot of women are getting invoices. So I think that's amazing. There is a full collection for this too. So if you guys are not aware, the Monier 3 will have a full collection. There are bomber jackets. So there's 2 different colors. Or I believe there's black and like the smoke colorway. You have these cargo pants available. You have long sleeve shirts. You have short sleeve shirts, and you have shorts. So me being me, I really want it all. But I put in for the shoes because there is a general raffle. If you guys are not aware, it's open through the 18th. There is a general raffle you can enter online. So I entered that on their site. I put in for the shoes. I put in for the smoke hoodie. And then it actually is embroidered. And then I put in for the shorts. So listen, sneaker gods, just bless your girl. I will not ask for anything else really up until like, you know, that next day. And then when the lightning force come out, I'm definitely asking for things like so. But
Those
if
lightning fours are gonna be.
if I hit the threes and the apparel, I won't be salty if I can't hit on the Alele Maze. Like I won't be salty. For one, I'll be out of like $450. For two, with so much that's coming out, you have to get what you can get, and I guess kind of not be selfish. Like you're gonna take some L's clearly, so I may take L's all week.
Yeah.
Which if I do, I'm heading to somewhere else to go get shoes. I don't even care.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Like everybody say, like it's gonna be a problem. But the threes for sure, hyper royals for sure. The lightning force drop this one? No.
No, not this. So they are. Is it a summer?
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, oh yeah, they dropped the pictures this month. But
So
man,
I want to say it's like somewhere in that window of July and August. Okay. I think which I would really be happy if it is.
Yeah.
If it's a summer drop, because we still have the UNC 4s that are coming up. Like that's
yeah.
The UNC 4 is right at the tail end of April. So April 28th, which that's like the week that it's dropping. So April 28th, the UNC 4. I've seen that in hand for GS. They did a really good job, even on pairs, and that's a full family size run. So be on the lookout for that. We have those pairs in store, so I'll have my pair. Excited about it. And then the dunks for the Spartan inspired dunks, the amazing blue dunk lows, those all got pushed back. So it's like May 13th and May 15th now, I think, are the dates for those to come out. So if you had those on your wish list too for April, you were kind of thrown a bone by like not having to pay for them right now and having to pay for them in May. So I'm happy because I don't have to dish out that money until May. But some things have been pushed back to May. We don't know if other sneakers will be pushed back. That's always the thing, right? We know that there's always a possibility other shoes will be pushed back. Now there's a women's 3, not the pink one. There's another women's 3. What is that?
The Laker dunk.
They're a Laker Nike, or are those the Nike, or are those a dunks?
The court purples. So pretty much dunk high with the way the Nike is written. It is in Laker font.
It kind of sticks out on it, right?
Yeah, from what it looks like. Man, are these gonna be crazy? Yeah, so it's like stitched on. So this it's like a.
Yeah, it's stitched on. It sticks out.
So it's a draw now. So it was the thing. Now they made it a draw.
Listen, when it comes to, and then did LeBron drop his 95 yet or no?
It is on Wednesday.
Okay, so it's pretty much a lot of Laker themed things are dropping.
Let's see. There we go.
Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of Laker themed drops coming up. To me, I mean they're still they're still a favorite for finals from Western Conference.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
looking forward to the Space Hippies, not gonna lie.
you looking for?
Hey, tell me these all black space hippie ones don't look fire. Black with the,
No, they look really good.
and then they got the,
Mean, again, I like the craft with the craters. I like those too. So
yeah, and then they of course they did the space hippie, I believe 2 or 3s, which is this, but the 180 for me is like, I don't know if I pay 180 for those.
mids, I don't care for it.
Yeah, the lows. Oh,
It makes
this is gonna be crazy.
so that one. So the Hawaii, is it the Maui? Is it the Maui dunk? Is that what
Hawaii dunks. So people were like, it's garbage until they saw that you could tear everything off. And then they're like, oh, okay, we want them now.
I don't want to tear everything off though. I actually just want to keep it like it looks. Like I like the fact that it just looks like a Hawaii.
No, it does. But underneath, each panel is different. It still has a Hawaii theme. But now people saw that. So the hype beast came out like, oh.
Oh, to me, it's torn off. To me, it looks best when a skater is truly
That's what it's meant, yeah.
away, right? Like that's the whole point of it. When you are trying kick flips and aerials and all these different tricks, when you're attempting to grind on your board, you're going to fall, you're going to scuff up the sneaker, and that's how you get that broken warning look. I just feel like it's a genuine character to it when it's done that way. No, I like it. I would just wear it to wear it. Like it would.
Oh, I beat him up.
Like I still love these. Now again, these aren't tearaway, but the Spectrum, SB Dunks, like I'm a really big fan of these. The colors were really nice. Remember this was also touted as like the Easter one. So I'm a big fan of these. So again, I just like the colorway. If I can get them, awesome. If not, I think we're at the point where like we don't cry about the shoes we can't get anymore.
Yeah.
We're like, listen, pay the price because that's just the game we're in. Or AJ and I will head to eBay and find something else that we really like. And, we had a great conversation hosted by myself and Juan, editor-in-chief for Kicks on Fire. And we were just kind of talking about like, hey, what happens when you can't get the shoes you want? Because we do get to a point, I think once you're past 30, where you don't let it upset you as much because we all have other things at that new stage of life that we're really trying to, get to, whether it's net worth, whether it's a home, whether it's paying off all of your debt. Like there are different things we may also be focused on. And then you may look behind you and you're like, I have a lot of shoes right now. Like I have zero to complain about in life. And it comes back to perspective. So we all still want the shoes, but you have other options. Like for myself, there are still, like people know it or not, there are still so many Currys I want to go back for.
Yeah.
I just haven't done it yet. So, I mean, shout out to him having such an MVP Warrior season. Just need to point that out. The man is doing amazing things. Mr. Warrior, he passed Wilt Chamberlain for most points in Warrior history.
Crazy.
I watched that in the first quarter, and it was so funny because he's like, nah, I really wasn't passing the ball. Like, he really didn't want to pass the ball for that to happen. So, proud of that. So, I mean, we have a lot of things that are going on, whether it's, NBA heating up. Kicks are always on fire right now, literally no pun intended, because everyone and their mom wants to go for things, whether it's whether it's for resale. So we're gonna say good luck to everybody going for everything this weekend. Be smart, be safe. You may have to put in more footwork than ever. Hit your friends up, tell them to enter raffles and things for you, and just good luck. If it doesn't work out, you might just have to go on to the next shoe. That's just what it is. Do we have any other words for the people, AJ, before we sign off?
Yeah, make sure you guys download the On My Feet app on the Android and Apple Marketplace. Make sure you guys go get your new lit wall cake. As you see, this beautiful nightlight. This is a Sneakerhead nightlight. Make sure you guys download the app. Big things coming. Big things coming. We are going to be traveling to a few events. I'll be in Indiana tomorrow, and then May 1st and 2nd, we're going to be in Dallas, doing the Kicks Expo out there. So we got a lot of things coming. We got some big announcements coming soon. Stay tuned.
Always. So make sure you guys are tuned in, whether it's to all the shows, especially our show.
Our show. Yeah. And we were talking about NBA. Make sure you guys check out Court Kicks with Easy, where he features on court and off court sneakers. I mean, he does a great job. So make sure you guys check that out. Check out Tops' show. Check out He Got Kicks' show. We got Kicks for Your Soul, Joe's show, Adam's show. Man, we got so many shows. There's so many more coming in. So you guys, if you haven't caught it, get it right now.
Right. So there will be something for everyone on the network. So tune in. You can always follow myself on Instagram at talkstylist.tj. You can always follow AJ at Ty87Kicks. And thank you guys again so much for tuning in to another episode of Mic'd Up with AJ and TJ. We are out. Peace.
Peace.